hope you're doing well. I hope everybody is, happy and healthy. So I wanted to do a pick a card. I've always loved doing the pick a cards. It enables many people to get a small reading. I've done 3 cards each, and put a crystal on each one. So the first card is going to be the citrine, and the second card will be the rainbow titanium, and then the third card is going to be the lapidolite. Okay, so just pick one. I'll try to put in the description what times each card starts. That way you can skip ahead if you just want to see what yours says. So now let's start with the first title. The citrine. Citrine is a manifestation stone. Um, the properties of it are supposed to help, or thought to help at least, make wishes and hopes come true. It's a stone of positivity and happiness. So it's very positive stone to have in your life. If you do not have the stone, I recommend that anybody, I recommend for everybody that having stones, having crystals around you that you interact with daily, they are so beneficial to your energy, your spirit. It uplifts you, and they can do so much good. So let's see what cards we got here. Okay, so we have the magician. I'll put them up here. We have the magician, the high priestess, and the 8 of Swords. So with the magician, we see willpower, we see desire, being resourceful, using your skill, your ability, concentrating and manifesting what we want, just like with the stone here. So I guess that was a good one for that. Um, when you get the magician in a reading, it could be a time where you need to tap into your full potential without hesitating. It could be in a new job that you have, a new business venture that you're doing, somebody that you're just now seeing, whatever, however that resonates for you, it's time to take action. And if you hold, like, it would be a time where if you hold back, you might miss an opportunity of, basically becoming the best version of yourself. It's choices that need to be made, choices that will bring like huge changes to your life, basically. It's creating your opportunities, basically being proactive, having determination and drive, pursuing opportunities, and making use of the skills that you have. Okay, so the next card is the high priestess. The high priestess is, unconscious thoughts, like, what you think about, just unconsciously. Like when you're sleeping, your dreams, it's your intuition, it's mystery, it's spirituality, your higher power, your inner voice. Um, the high priestess in general is related to inner knowledge. And appearing in a reading, she can signify that it's a time that you need to listen to your intuition. And rather than, relying on your intellect and what your conscious mind is telling you, rely on your inner voice. Um, it can depict it can depict the archetype of the divine feminine, the mysterious female, that understands and holds the answers to deep unknowns. It's religion, it's yourself, it's getting one with nature. Um, it represents somebody that is intuitive and beginning to open themselves up to their spirituality. New spiritual work, starting a new spiritual journey, so to speak. Um, it's being very patient and calm and understanding yourself. It's gaining education, creative inspiration. It's, having a guide or a mentor to help you with that. It's using your instincts and keeping things that need to be kept private, private. So, knowing, intuitively knowing what you should and shouldn't say, stuff like that. You already know the answer. You need to follow your gut and seize the opportunities that are in front of you. There's some kind of opportunity that you have, and you need to pursue it with your full action and your full heart, because you need to listen to your inner voice and what it tells you and go with it. And let yourself out of this Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is, being trapped by your own thoughts. Um, Basically, you feel like you've been in a long struggle, and you know you need to realize that even though you've been through this thing that kept you felt like you were trapped and you were restricted by it, you need to know that you can free yourself from those negative thoughts. All you have to do is manifest the positivity here. What you put out is what you're going to get back. So, you know, you have a clear perspective now on what you want and what you will and what you won't allow. Um, Take an active role now. Speak your mind, speak your truth, speak what you feel and what you think. Lessen your anxiety. Don't let your fears cloud the truth from you. Listen to yourself. Don't be restricted by your conscious mind, by what you are originating. Let your dreams speak to you. Let your inner voice speak to you. Let your higher power speak to you, and trust. Okay, that's what I get from this. Needing positivity. So the second pile, we have the rainbow titanium. Rainbow titanium is believed to clear the pathway for vital life force to flow. It helps to energize and um, activate all of your chakras. Um, Wearing one of these stones, it can help you feel more grounded, centered, energized. It can help you dispel any sorrow that you feel, and replaces it with joy by stimulating the humor and relaxation in you. It can help activate and enhance your mental abilities. It can make you more confident, self aware, and focused. This is a wonderful, wonderful crystal as well. Okay, so let's do yours. See what you got going on here. Let me push that over a little. Okay, so we got the Ten of Wands, the Five of Wands reversed, and then the Queen of Wands. Interesting. All wands here. So there's a lot of action going on for you, huh? Ten of Wands is all about burden, responsibility, duty, stress, obligation, feeling like you're burning out. Um, it could, it could show that you've already completed a circle of struggle. Um, After spending too many of your resources and lots of energy, possibly looking for success, you finally overcome the obstacles there. Um, Maybe it's your efforts have finally been rewarded. You may find yourself living in a world of abundance where poverty and suffering don't have a chance anymore to intervene. It also depicts a lot of responsibilities are on your side, so you might be dealing with a lot of responsibilities with your family and your friends, that could, you know, propel you into a world of challenges. Um, you could also be flooded with responsibilities to maintain a type of success that you've already achieved. Um, Maybe if you've opened up a business, it started to flourish and keeping you very, very busy and on your toes. Um, the main problem is that these issues could overwhelm you and you could lose control, which requires you to make sure that you know how to prioritize and solve the relevant issues in your life. As to not overwhelm yourself, you need to figure out at what point in time, what burdens do you need or have to have, and which ones can you give to someone else. Um, More challenges keep coming, and you find yourself looking after your parents or starting a family, At the same time, you need to look to others, unburden yourself from the things that you can unburden yourself from, because it becomes a burden, taking care of family or dealing with family issues. And at some point you feel that nothing is enough to accomplish all the duties that you have. And that could be just action oriented, work oriented. It could be so much work, stuff like that. Whatever it is, you're needing to lighten your load. It could be, you need to prioritize and lighten your load. Moderate who gets how much energy. Maybe you have a draining friend that needs your time, energy all the time, and you're not able to give as much as they want. You need to share your burden. Um, you could be overworked. You're carrying everything by yourself. Needing to delegate is the most um, important thing. Instead of struggling every day, instead of worrying in your mind mentally and draining your energy, pass off some of the responsibility, because it doesn't all lie with you. And you need to make sure, like they say on the airplane, that before you put someone else's oxygen mask on, you have yours on, you know? So the next card we have is the Five of Wands reversed. So this burden could be due to some type of conflict or competition that you've had with a group of people, friends. This could be friends, family, whatever. Um, there was a lot of strife, a lot of um, some kind of conflict that you had, but since it's reversed, this is ending the conflict, cooperating with each other, agreements, truces, avoiding conflict, even. Um, it could mean that your natural method of dealing with disagreements is to avoid any kind of conflict by getting away, as fast as you can. Basically, getting away from the conflict as fast as you can. Maybe that's what you've been doing, but that's not healthy. Sometimes this can be regarded as a good thing, but for a number of reasons, and it creates issues upon issues upon issues. If something is swept under, left and then pretended like it didn't happen, it's swept under the rug. It doesn't get to get dealt with, and it just leaves room for hostilities to grow. It could also mean that you've worked through your troubles and that you do not have any more issues to worry about. But um, honestly, I think that maybe you had a conflict at a workplace and it's getting resolved. Maybe it's been a heavy burden for you. It's kept, this seems like it might be about work, just because it's all wands, and wands do have to do with, action. They're very action oriented. So you've had a heavy burden because of some type of conflict or needing to resolve this conflict. So, I mean, this would be gaining peace, making peace with whoever this is or whatever conflict this is. You need to let down the burden of responsibility just for yourself so that you're able to delegate it, which would be the conflict here. You want to delegate it. It's not all yours, it's not all theirs. You need to look at it reasonably and see that everybody's at fault, and you need to do what you need to do to mediate between this and resolve that conflict there. Because if you do, you'll come into this King of Wands energy. I'm sorry, it this freaking deck, it's all goddesses, so it's all women. So you have to look at the crown, which has a lot more pointy things on it that means king. But the king is the leadership, victory, taking control, daring decisions, boldness. So maybe you need to take control and in this conflict here and take control, because you see the big picture that you guys are not going to be successful, and it's just going to impede any type of action or any type of anything that you're trying to pursue cannot be pursued with this conflict in it. You need to air out what's going on, talk about it like regular adult people, civilly and calmly, and resolve it. because you need to be the leader in this. You need to lead this so that you can release some of your burdens. Maybe this is what you feel burdened by, is this, or maybe you feel, or maybe it's caused more burdens on you. So you need to really deal with that. You need to take and take your this idea and decide and implement it. You need to take the idea of ending the conflict and implement it, because it starts with you. You reach out your hand, the olive branch, and most people are pretty receptive to that. So you know, but that's what I would say. And I would say getting some rainbow, getting a lot more positivity in your life. Get energy, take the lead. You know, people will look up to you. Be generous and kind, and extend the hand and make peace. That's what I have to say here. This is a lot of ones. Interesting. All right, and now with the last pile. So this is laughing a lot, and it's very effective in stress relief. It aids in the release of worries and aligning one with acceptance of yourself, of others, and of life situations. It is the perfect stone for situations where the going gets tough, as it not only settles and replenishes the emotional body, but also provides enlightened energy that helps you handle situations according to your highest good. It aids in preserving your integrity and your well being when dealing with people that are angry, or financial stress, or losses of jobs or relationships, or need to make big changes in a short time. It is most effective when life is most challenging. So, I would recommend getting some Light. Again, for everybody, all of these really, there's never, like, they're just so beneficial to your life. So for you, we got the Six of Cups reverse. I mean, the Six of Cups, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the King of Cups. Wow, all cups. That's interesting. One was all wands, one's all emotions. So this is emotions and relationships. So what we see here is the Six of Cups. This is like nostalgia, memories, familiarity, healing, comfort. It generally represents generosity and naive happiness. It could be your childhood. It could stand for wanting to return to like a happier time, whether it's times when you were a child, a teenager, a young adult. Um, these memories are things of the past, which reflect the aspect of ourselves that have vanished. Um, so it could indicate looking at the past with a happy eye. Um, it could also mean returning to a familiar place. It could be your hometown, an old friend's house, a school, or any place that holds like a lot of meaning to you. Um, if you're seeking to, you could be seeking to reconnect with people from your past, bringing back memories, reminds us of our childhood when things were simpler. So this could be like reconnecting with your ex, reliving happy memories, or healing from a breakup, returning, to previous, work, or being sure to not um, repeating past mistakes. So we have the Knight of Cups, which is next, and it's the reverse. It's disappointment, tantrums, moodiness, turmoil, vanity, very superficial type of connection. Um, Allowing your emotions to control your life, um, a lot more than you should, basically. You might be overly jealous, emotional, moody, manipulative. Getting to the point where actual inability to take action, which obviously should be avoided. Jumping to conclusions too fast, making judgments without having the necessary information is common as well. It indicates a situation which could be considered appealing at first, but it quickly turns out to be something very, very different. And you have high expectations and you walk away quite disappointed. So, this could be a person with quickly changing of feelings or false appearances. Um, so I think that you possibly are one. You're looking back at a past. You're thinking about reconnecting with a past lover, and you're looking at it from a happy eye, a nostalgic eye, and it's blinding you to who this person really was and how he really treated you. So then we see the King of Wands coming. I mean, the King of Cups coming up, and this is a balance between your head and your heart. This could be an advisor in your life, or a counselor or some sort. This is creativity, emotion, and it's restraining your emotions and being in charge of your feelings and your impulses. It represents a balance between the intellect and emotions. Um, it's a strong relationship between, understanding and feeling. Um, whenever you have balanced emotions, you're able to control them. You need to control your emotions. You need to look at it from the see, this is from the nostalgic point. If you look at him, this you're looking at the knight from a nostalgia point, so you're seeing him in the upright and all his glory. But you need to look at him closer, right here, with a more not letting your emotions control or rose colored glasses you. Take the rose colored glasses off and see him for what he really is, because you're going to make a decision that you've already made before. You're not going to accept that lesson, and you've already been through this lesson. You don't need to go through that lesson again. You need to move on because you're strong. And you know, that's you need to use your head and your heart. You need to balance your emotions. You need to be practical and logical and wisdom. You need to actually learn the wisdom that you got the first time around, I think. And, you know, don't allow yourself to be pulled back into a space where you're not emotionally satisfied anymore. He or the person that you were with can only satisfy you the same amount that they did before. There's nothing new that's going to come from it. So if you're okay with that, then go ahead. But if you're not and you want more and you deserve more, then don't go back, because that person is only going to be able to give you what they gave you before. And that is all, guys. I hope that this helped and this resonated with you guys. Love you much. Bye bye.